So hey Lou, Death Before Dishonor is past us, and guess what?
What?
Bingo!
Welcome to TFS Fight, always known as the Few Show Podcast. It's 24/7 Lou, and that's
RIC-HARD saying I did it. My scorecard is complete. Thank you, ROH.
And that's
the one-man band. And I got one more. And also, order has been restored. Third place. Third place.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that in a second.
Dry spell. I know what you're talking about.
We'll get to that in a second. Folks, let me tell you something. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between, we are the beasts of the East, the best in the West. You are listening to TFS Pod. Your girlfriend's friend, her other friend, that other girl that we saw at that party. You know who we're talking about. They love us. This is TFS Pod. Okay, in this episode, we will be...
Did you say that other friend that your girl saw at that party? You know what we're talking about?
We know. The audience knows. They know what we're talking about. They know what happened in that closet.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, Lou, let's move on.
Anyways, back to what we're talking about in this episode. This episode, we're doing a recap of Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor. So, before we get
What a show.
Yeah, that was we'll get to that in a second here. But first, let's get to that scoreboard. Well, the one-man band, give us that line that everybody loves.
RIC-HARD, get the scoreboard.
Alrighty, folks. You can tell I'm a bit cheery talking about the scoreboard because I've been on a bit of a hot streak. With Death Before Dishonor in the books, I get one of my 5th wins. There we go. I'm hoping for more hot streaks in the future, so I got to say that. But I am in the lead at 11 points. First place. Thank you. Lou, you are in second place at 9 points.
Yep.
And close on your tail, the newfound third place. It has been decided.
Undisputed.
Undisputed. There you go.
There we go. Until he becomes second place.
Oh.
It is the one-man band at 8 points.
And also trivia champ. Yeah.
And also, there you go. Trivia champ. Once again, that crown has been defended. But back to the scoreboard, you've got close behind you. You did break the lead there, so you're ahead of him. He's been on a bit of a dry spell lately. It is Jay Few at 7 points. And folks, this I got to do a shout out here because this is actually very impressive for a rookie year to be doing this well. Main Event Jeff also broke his tie with Big Al. He is at 5 points now. 5 points. He's climbing up there. Don't sleep on that.
He's on the verge of beating my rookie record, my rookie year, because my rookie year I think I had 8 points.
That's the beauty.
I want to say I think I started in April, but like after WrestleMania, but I mean still there's
7 points. 7 points. That was your score.
7
points. Yep.
Okay, I thought it was 8. Well, he's right there.
Yeah. Keep your eye on that one, folks. He might be champ if we're not careful.
Lord!
But not Omos.
Speaking of,
funny enough, we did bring that up. We did bring that up. I'm winning $5 at the SummerSlam fair, probably.
That's right.
99.9% chance. Don't screw me over, Triple H.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
Let me finish the scoreboard here.
All right.
Big Al is at 4 points.
Big Al.
Yes, very impressive. He's been huge on the participation, more than previously.
He's getting participation points at least.
Yeah.
Where's my point?
Yeah, the many points.
That's the only points he gets. Participation points.
And the randomizer, who is actually having a less impressive year than before. They got 5 points last year. Randomizer's at 2 points this year, rounding out last place, and everyone else is at 0.
Including Bogey.
Right. forgot that line.
Ah.
Including Bogey, who we'll be hearing about later on. But that's the scoreboard. Back to you, Lou.
All right, there we are. Wow, there's a scoreboard updated there. Also, let's talk a little bit before we go into the matches of Ring of Honor. I don't know. We're seeing. I guess this was the first show that with what do you call it? With Tony Khan owning the company, because there have been other Ring of Honor shows, but we have not done predictions on. So I don't know.
Yes. So it's kind of like very AEW adjacent.
AEW,
especially with the people you saw.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on the show. I liked certain matches, but overall I do feel like this was kind of nothing against them. It kind of felt like just slightly less impressive Impact.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah. Like a Dynamite light.
I will say this though. I'm very impressed. I like the concept of a pure wrestling rules match. That was my second time seeing it. I had forgotten the first time. What like it didn't stand out to me the first time I saw it, but I liked the formula they did on this show. It was pretty good. Very, very, very surprising how they went with it.
Yeah, it makes you think like how these different companies have to try something a little bit different from what we're seeing and the big dog there with WWE. With different rules out there going on. So, as for them, it's entertainment, and for the other companies, it's wrestling. So, right? So, anyway, let's kick off with the matches. What were the matches that we had? And there were some that we did not do predictions for.
So, keeping true to the theme of being similar to Impact in presentation, we did predictions for 7 matches. This show ended up having 11.
7-11.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but we had in the pre-show. We'll just speed run this. Pre-show match: Colt Cabana defeated Anthony Hendry by pinfall in exactly 10 minutes in the pre-show. We did not do predictions on that. We also had the Trustbusters, which is Ari Daivari and Slim J. They beat the Shinobi Shadow Squad, comprised of Cheeseburger, that is an actual wrestler name.
Yeah, I know
Eli Isom. They won by pinfall in a much shorter match. I believe it was the shortest match of the night, 5 minutes and a half. Then you had the Embassy, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony go up against Alex Zane, Blake Christian, and Tony Deppen in a 6-man tag match. And Embassy and the Gates of Agony got the win on that one.
All right.
And then the last pre-show match, which we actually did predictions on, was Willow Nightingale getting the win over Allysin Kay, which really screwed you over, Lou.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know. I was trying to follow it, but I was having difficulties in the beginning.
So here's the fun part. We didn't follow it near the beginning because we were struggling to find a good feed for it to watch it. And by the time we got into it, we were like, wait a minute, there were some matches that were missing here.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and I said, oh, wait, Lou lost a point on the pre-show.
That hurt, man. That hurt. That really did hurt.
You got the second lowest score after the just beating out the randomizer for the night.
Lucky me, right? Anyway.
Yeah, that's what you get for not going for Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I said in the prediction show, I don't know anything from either one of them, so I just picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong lotto number, but not for tomorrow. Anyway,
the wrong. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's go to the next matchup.
All right. So next matchup, and unfortunately, I don't have the number of swings that were done in this match. We did do a little bit of a fun thing there, so I'm just gonna assume that I won.
What? No, what do you mean?
All right. Nobody gets the win on that funsies thing on the side. But we have a new ROH World Champion with Claudio Castagnoli getting the win over Jonathan Grisham in the opener. Funny enough, I was very surprised that was the opener.
Yeah, like what a weird way to open up the show. I mean, I get it; it gets your attention, but a championship match like that,
a world championship match. The crazy thing is that they also have the World Television Championship, which got defended later on in the show. I feel like that's a bit, this such a thing is too much of something. We need to be careful with diluting the championship.
Well, other companies have had those TV champions, so. But in the hierarchy of things, this is a bigger match than the TV championship.
I think they were equal in quality. I do think it says something about which championship you feel is more important, though, to have one in the opener and one later on in the show. Though ironically, neither one of these singles world championships, television or otherwise, got the main event slot. Mm-hmm. So it really says a lot. I can appreciate a promotion that respects tag team wrestling that much.
Yeah. So, well, congratulations to Cesaro. I'm going to call him Cesaro. I'm not saying the other name.
You're only calling him that. I want to point this out to the listeners. He's only it's not because he prefers WWE or anything. It's because Claudio Castagnoli, and even I'm screwing up the pronunciation.
Exactly. You see that? I don't want that to happen to me.
It's hard to pronounce.
I don't want that to happen to me. Claudio
Castagnoli, bro.
Cesaro. See how fast?
Claudio
you spelled Claudio wrong. Claudio Cannoli.
Claudio Cannoli.
He's not Italian. Come on.
But he can speak 5 languages.
Yes, he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy.
So, yeah, congratulations to him on winning a championship, major championship on a promotion. So, you see, you leave the other company and look what happens to you.
Yeah, he's in the opening match, unfortunately.
Still waiting for Heath.
He works his way off to the main event.
Oh yeah,
Hope so, man.
All right, so
but let's go on. Let's go on to the basically the ROH 6-man tag team championship. It was, and we were.
I don't get it. Why do they call it 6-man tag team? Shouldn't it be 3-man tag team or? Why do they call it
trios? Yeah, the trios title.
Well, AEW is going to call it trios, but on Ring of Honor they call it 6-man tag team champion. It's not 6-man. It's 3-man. 3-on-3.
Oh, it's because they fight in 6-man tag matches. Either way, we were all wrong in terms of.
Well, we all was. I think the one-man band had that one, didn't he?
Nope.
Dalton.
We all went to Righteous. We all went to Righteous.
Yeah, we did go to Righteous.
Righteous versus Dalton Castle and the boys, and one-man band was the only one who had reservations about it.
Ah, yeah.
Like, I feel like I should go Dalton Castle and the boys. Ironically enough, the 3-man group with an actual faction name lost to a singles competitor and a tag team.
Which is interesting because Vincent is part of Honor No More on Impact, but he's still on Ring of Honor. So he's
part of the Righteous. There we go. He is part of the Righteous. That's what you were referring to.
So he does have Honor, but Honor No More. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know. It's just when you follow someone to different companies. It's interesting the era we live in now that we can see those things. In the past, it was difficult.
Ironically, this match was what helped Main Event Jeff make it to contention on this, and it was this, and the randomizer got a point on this match.
Oh, the randomizer was playing heel all the way.
The randomizer played heel. The randomizer, ironically enough, it's only 2 points for the night, came in the beginning of the show, and then it completely mixed up on every other.
Everything went heel.
So he was doing well at first, or it.
Yeah, even Jay Few, he got a point on the boys. He picked Allison Kay also though, which screwed him over. And but only 3 people picked the boys, or 2 people and an inanimate object. But moving on, you had, and this is here we go, the Pure Wrestling Rules match. It was Wheeler Yuta with William Regal out on commentary, which is always a gem, by the way. Regal on commentary is great.
Oh yeah, no question.
Going up versus Jericho Appreciation Society's Daniel Garcia in a ROH Pure Wrestling Rules match. And if Lou, I don't know if you want to cover the rules or you want me to give a quick recap.
I don't remember the rules. I think you can't hold the rope more than 3 times.
So yeah, you get allotted 3 rope breaks after that. After that, the referee won't call a rope break after you use all 3 of them. And I believe.
And the handshaking.
The handshake before the match. And supposedly you kind of want to have a handshake after the match, but I think that went out the window. But essentially, Wheeler Yuta, and this is funny because Wheeler said on commentary, he's like, Wheeler Yuta has to utilize a rope break at any point. I'm going to be very disappointed. And sure enough, he didn't execute a rope break. He got Daniel Garcia to use up 1 rope break. And then he won the match via pinfall, which is very surprising.
So, yeah.
And Rico even said he was proud of him. So I'm just like, man, I wish I could get William Rico to say that.
Now, I gotta have to say one thing. I know we're recording this after this already happened, and I mean, after AEW Dynamite occurred. So I do have to admit that, yeah, Daniel Garcia did lose this one, but he did get a big win against Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, he did.
On Dynamite. So I think we're seeing a push of. I know he did have help on Dynamite, but I think we're seeing a big push of Daniel Garcia, which is a good thing because it was a good match for me to see him have a match.
Uh-huh. Now I'm thinking about something here. Now that you say Daniel Garcia is getting a push, could it possibly be that this is AEW's retaliation of WWE pushing Theory?
Oh, like their version of Theory?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Thinking about it.
I just think it's more of a Jericho input, saying something to help his guys.
Well,
and
Jericho could be kind of like the Vince McMahon in this sense.
Yeah,
inaugural AEW World Champ.
Yeah.
But it makes sense also to push other guys that are not WWE guys on either company.
Yeah, homegrown talents. I agree with that.
So yeah, because remember in the past, Daniel Garcia did have a match against Moxley, didn't he? And I think we mentioned it during the predictions also, but I said that he wouldn't win. I said he would retain. But okay. He lost. Wheeler Yuta retained. Let's see what else happens in the Ring of Honor next matchups for him. Who's he going to face? If he faces another Jericho Appreciation Society member or who else? But okay. So congratulations, Wheeler Yuta. Which again, I didn't follow much before.
Oh yeah, no, we'll get more on that because Wheeler Yuta later becomes a part of some other stuff because this was a good night for the Fight Club, the Combat Club. Mm-hmm. So they kind of get a nice little spot close to the end of the closer of the show.
Oh yeah.
When we'll talk about that because it looks like they're gonna do something similar to the belt collecting.
Mm-hmm. So let's go to the next match, which is a good one too. I saw this one. I was able to see this one better. This one when my feed was starting to get better, but we didn't do a prediction on
this one I missed on, but I caught glimpses of it. It looked pretty intense. But it was Rush with Jose the Assistant going up against Dragon Lee. And if I'm not mistaken, they're brothers, right?
I'm not familiar. It says Battle of the Brothers.
He mentioned something. They mentioned something about because supposedly he won like dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rush got the win over Dragon Lee, but he won via like very, very sleazy tactics, and they were like even his own brother.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
So it's possible. Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is.
Or tag team brothers.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what they meant.
All right, so let's go to the next one.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh wait, I thought you were going to talk about it, Lou.
Oh, no,
Did you like the match?
No, I liked the match, but
all I remember from the match is his I think it's Dragon Lee. His move is a drop kick in the corner. Like the guy has to be seated in the corner.
Oh
and
yeah,
do
for
a
the
drop
finisher
kick to the face. That's his finisher. And then he got a kick out, Rush kicked out, I think it was. And Dragon Lee was like, "What?" And I just said, dude, if that's your finisher, like, you got to work
No. That was Rush's finisher, the kick in the corner. He had Dragon Lee sitting there, and then he does that move, and it's like, yeah, I remember you and I were commenting about it live as it was going on.
Yeah, every now and again, I have a rule with finishers. Like, it has to look at least somewhat convincing.
Yeah, impactful.
If it doesn't look like something that could take me out, like, I'm gonna be I'll be like, all right, really, this is your move?
You know, this always reminds me when we see a move like that of the story with Big Show. He used to punch people before. It wasn't a finisher. He just punched people like nothing. And then it became suddenly a finisher. Oh, no, the punch. Oh, he's knocking people out. He used to do it before all the time.
Yeah, dude. No, I make the same comment when Apollo Crews debuted. I said his finisher cannot be a standing moonsault.
Oh, yeah.
You can't. That's not something you pin people on.
Yeah.
So I'm a big like your finisher has to look convincing, guys. Like I'm a big proponent of that because I get it. It's all predetermined, but
all right, here we go.
You gotta get me on the suspension of this.
A little bit off topic, but what would be your finisher, RIC-HARD? Huh? How about that? What would be your finisher?
I will answer that at the end of the show. Okay.
Oh, come on, because I'm gonna ask a one-man band also. What's your finisher?
Well, I was always a big fan of the Scorpion Death Drop.
Ooh.
If I say what my finisher is, everybody's gonna laugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Scorpion Death Drop or I don't know. I guess it's either that or if I gotta go shades of my boy Macho Man, the Flying Elbow.
All right, Lou, what's your finisher?
My finisher would be. Let me see. I always like the F5, by the way.
Oh, that was cool.
I like the F5.
All right.
That would be my finisher.
I'm gonna stay true to realism here because it has to be something I can execute. My finisher would be Goldust's Shattered Dreams.
God damn it!
It's just distracting the ref. Spread the guy's legs in the corner and kick him in the nuts.
Playing a Johnny Cage.
It's super effective.
All right, Pokemon.
I was originally gonna say my finisher would be a low blow and followed by the small package.
Jesus Christ, bro.
All right,
we're getting distracted.
Let's
talk about competitors that those finishers would not be effective on because we had the Women's World Championship for ROH being defended, and it was Mercedes Martinez going up against Serena Deeb, and I thought the story they did was pretty cool because Serena Deeb they talked about how she tag teamed with Mercedes Martinez to like get familiar with her moveset. Figure out how to get out of her submission holds, and it was very mat oriented in terms of like submission holds.
Oh yeah, it was.
But at the end of it, the modified Dragon Sleeper, which I forget what Mercedes Martinez calls it, but basically she got her locked in and that was it.
Oh, Brass City Sleeper, I believe.
There we go. Once she got it locked in, like Serena Deeb held out for a while, but yeah, she ended up tapping, and that would look like a convincing finisher.
Mm-hmm.
It looked painful. But talking about sleepers, this is probably 24/11 lose. 24/7 lose.
24/11 lose.
24/11.
Wow,
he added 4 days. He added 4 days to the week. 24/7 lose. Favorite match of the night has to be Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal. Lou, how do you feel about Jay Lethal not getting the win?
Well, too bad he didn't win.
Yeah. Well, I'm still curious as to what you thought made him, made you think he would take the title from Samoa Joe.
Well, I thought he was going to have help from the outside, but when he tells his guys that before the match starts, don't interfere, and then they do interfere.
Yeah, they did interfere. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. That guy came to the outside. The really tall guy, right?
They both did.
Satnam Singh?
Yeah,
they both
huge dude.
No, the other, the
other guy was like whatever. I looked at that and I'm like, he looks like an average-looking guy.
Ah.
It was the tall guy when he came out. I said, oh, shit. That's going to be really hard to beat.
Satnam Singh.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why they went with that direction.
In a Vince-dominated WWE universe, that dude would have a future for sure.
So, I don't know why they went with that direction, but yeah, Samoa Joe won.
Because it's all about Samoa Joe, dude. He puts people to sleep. Just like he put your chances of winning the show to sleep.
All right.
All right, and we're going to talk about that last match, which was very, very great. It's FTR going up against the Briscoe Bros in a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match.
Yeah. For
the ROH World Tag Team Championship. And I got to say, even before the match, I was like, man, the crowd was amped for it. You could clearly tell they were very excited for this match.
There were some drops. I thought people got hurt, too, by the way.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what you're talking about. Because there was a point where I think it was one of the people from FTR he was getting attended to at ringside temporarily. Mm-hmm. And I think they did the same thing with the Briscoes, too, at one point.
Oh, and I'll never forget that sign. What is it? Dax's stash makes my hardwood. Someone had a sick sign like that in the audience.
Isn't it Dax's stash gives me hardwood?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, you did mention it. You did mention it while we were watching it. I said, "Come on, Lou, pay attention to the match, not the crowd sign."
The crowd sign was
even though that is hilarious. 2 out of 3 falls. They had the FTR play the Faces in Peril because they lost the first fall.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go to a time limit because the first fall lasted 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Second fall hit the 30-minute mark, and then the last fall happened at close to the 45-minute mark, but just before it. And FTR managed to pull a comeback. We got to see a lot of good tag team moves.
Yeah.
We got to see the Legion of Dooms, Doomsday Device, to close out the first fall. FTR got their finisher in. I think there was a point where we almost saw the 3D, but then they didn't do it. But great match. Longest match of the night, not surprising. These two teams could go, and I just like the promo afterwards.
Which was?
I think it was Dax got on the mic and he said, "Man, this is what wrestling is about. I love this shit."
Yeah.
And he called the Briscoes in. They raised each other's hands, that kind of stuff. Like, we wrestled a tough match. And then to close out the night, we referenced it. The Combat Club came out.
Yep.
With Wheeler Yuta and Claudio. And they were facing them down the ramp, and I wasn't sure what they were going with, but it looks like we might be seeing someone else try to do the belt collector thing.
All right.
So a lot of people really want those clothing accessories, and a lot of them.
But they don't wear pants.
But they don't. Yeah, just like the people on this show.
There you go. Wait a minute. I think I'm wearing pants already, for the last 2 weeks.
Let me make sure. Wait, I can tell you this right now. You know who is wearing pants?
Me.
For sure? No, actually. Oh, yeah, you are too, actually. Damn.
Nah.
But you and JFU are both wearing pants.
Oh.
You've got more than six pay-per-view dry spell.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Oh, God.
You got to turn it around, Lou.
Yeah, but I'm on Team Drew for this year. So, yeah, there we are, folks. That's a recap of Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor.